Good morning all. In this class we are going to discuss about regular expressions. So first, what is a regular expression? So we can define a regular expression as a simple expression which is used to represent the language which is accepted by finite automata. So we can define a regular expression as which is a simple expression which represents the regular language which is accepted by a finite automata. Also we can know what is a regular language. We can define a regular language as the language which is accepted by a finite automata. So we can define a regular language as the language which is accepted by a finite automata. Now we will define a regular expression. A regular expression. Let sigma be the alphabet which is taken as input. So on this input set we can define regular expressions as follows. First one, pi is a regular expression which is representing the empty set pi. So on input alphabet sigma, if pi is a regular expression which is representing the empty set pi. Similarly, epsilon is a regular expression which is representing the null string epsilon. Third one, for any input A belongs to input alphabet sigma, A itself is the regular expression which is representing the set singleton A. So regular singleton A is the regular set which is represented by the regular expression A. Similarly, if R comma S are two regular expressions which are representing the languages L1 and L2. If R and S are two regular expressions representing the languages L1 and L2, union between L1 L2 is represented by R plus S. So R plus S is representing L1 union L2. Similarly, concatenation between R and S is denoted by R dot S, which is representing the L1 dot L2. So concatenation between two regular expressions is denoted by R dot S, which is equivalent to concatenation between two regular languages L1 and L2. Next one, if R is a regular expression, then R star is called as clean closure of A. Clean closure of R. So R star represents clean closure of R. That means it represents an infinite number of occurrences of R. That is, we can denote R star as set of epsilon, R, R square, R cube and so on. This is called as clean closure. This is called as clean closure of R. Similarly, we are having positive closure also. Clean closure of R means it contains infinite number of occurrences of R including null string. But if you take positive closure, that means it will contain infinite number of occurrences of R, but it must contain at least one R. It is represented by set of R, R square, R cube, etc. This is called as positive closure of R. Now we will discuss some identity rules over some regular expressions. These are the identity rules. First one is pi plus R equal to R. Next one is epsilon into R equal R into epsilon equal to R. Next one R plus R equal to R. R into R star equal R star into R equal to R plus. Next one epsilon plus R into R star equal epsilon plus R star into R equal R star. Similarly, pi into R equal to R into pi equal to pi, epsilon star equal to epsilon, pi star equal to epsilon, R star whole star equal to R star, PQ whole star into P equal P into QP whole star, P plus Q into R equals P into R plus Q into R into P plus Q equals R into P plus R into Q, P plus Q whole star equal P star whole star equal P star plus Q star whole star. All these are called as identity rules over two same expressions P and Q. If P and Q are two equivalent regular expressions, then we can declare these identity rules. What is the purpose of these identity rules? Means they are used to simplify the regular expressions. Now we will discuss some problems on these identity rules. Here two regular expressions are given. We have to check both are equivalent or not by applying identity rules. First take the left hand side. After applying some rules, we have to derive the second one. Take left hand side part. Left hand side equal 1 plus 0 0 star 1 plus 1 plus 0 0 star 1 into 0 plus 1 0 star into 1 whole star followed by 0 plus 1 0 star into 1. If you observe these both terms, 1 plus 0 0 star into 1 is common to both terms. Take it as common. Then if you take 1 plus 0 0 star 1 as common, here we can apply get epsilon. So epsilon plus this got common. Here we got 0 plus 1 0 star into 1 whole star followed by 0 plus 1 0 star into 1. If you assume this as P, it is in the form E plus P star into P. It is in that form. So according to identity rule, epsilon plus R star R equal epsilon plus R into R star equal R star. So by applying this identity rule, we can write as 1 plus 0 0 star into 1 into, it is in the form epsilon plus R star into R. It can be written as R star. So 0 plus 1 0 star into 1 whole star. Here from this equation we can take 1 as common. Then we will get epsilon plus 0 0 star into 1 into 0 plus 1 0 star 1 whole star. Here epsilon plus 0 0 star. We know according to identity rule, epsilon plus 0 0 star equivalent to 0 star. So it can be written as 0 star into 1 followed by 0 plus 1 0 star into 1 whole star, which is the right hand side. So first we take the left hand side, and after applying some of the identity rules, we are able to derive the right hand side. So we proved that left hand side part is equivalent to right hand side part. Now we will discuss one more problem by applying some of the identity laws. Prove that epsilon plus 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star into 1 star 0 1 1 star whole star equal right hand side. So by taking LHS and after applying some steps, we should be able to derive the right hand side. So first take left hand side. So LHS equal epsilon plus 1 star into 0 1 1 star into 1 star into 0 1 1 star whole star. Assume this as P. Assume 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star as P. Then it is in the form epsilon plus P into P star, where we are assuming P as 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star. Then it is in the form epsilon plus P into P star. We know that epsilon plus P into P star is nothing but P star. So this is equivalent to P star. So what is P here? This one, 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star whole star. If you substitute here, we will get like this. Assume this as P1, assume this as P2. So where P1 equal to 1, P2 equal 0 1 1. Then means it is in the form P1 star into P2 star whole star. Here we are assuming that P1 is 1 and P2 is 0 1 1. Then this becomes P1 star into P2 star whole star. We know that according to identity law, P1 star P2 star whole star is will be equivalent to P1 star plus P2 star whole star. So by applying that formula, that equaled P1 star plus P2 star whole star. What is P1 star here? 1 star plus what is P2 star here? 0 1 1 star whole star. P star plus P2 star whole star, that is 1 star plus 0 1 1 star whole star. In this way, by applying identity laws, we can get the solution. Now we are going to discuss this problem. Prove that epsilon plus 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star into 1 star 0 1 1 star whole star equal 1 plus 0 1 1 whole star. Using identity rules, we can prove that both regular expressions are equal. First take left hand side. After applying some rules, we should be able to derive the right hand side. Then we can say that both are equal. So first consider the left hand side part. So consider LHS. Here LHS equal epsilon plus 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star into 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star whole star. Assume 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star as P. So assume let P equal 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star. If you assume this as P, this becomes that equal epsilon plus P into P star. We know one identity rule. Epsilon plus R into R star is equal to R star. So by applying that identity law, epsilon plus P into P star can be written as P star. That equal P star. Since epsilon plus R into R star equal epsilon plus R star into R, both are equal to R star. By applying this identity law, we prove that epsilon plus P into P star equal P star. What is P? P is nothing but 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star. Substitute this value here. So we will get 1 star into 0 1 1 whole star whole star. Here assume this as R1. Assume 0 1 1 as R2. So let R1 equal 1. R2 equal 0 1 1. Then the statement becomes R1 into R1 star into R2 star whole star. By assuming 1 as R1, 0 1 1 as R2, this statement becomes R1 star into R2 star whole star. According to identity law, P star into Q star whole star can be written as P plus Q whole star. So by applying that formula, this can be written as that equal P1 plus P2 whole star. Since we know that P star into Q star whole star equal P plus Q whole star. By applying this identity law, it can be written as P1 plus P2 whole star. What is P1? We assume P1 as 1. What is P2? P, not P, R1, R2. So 1 plus 0, 1, 1 whole star. 1 plus 0, 1, 1 whole star, which is equivalent to RHS. So we started with left hand side. We proved the right hand side. So by applying identity rules, we proved that both regular expressions are equal. Now we discuss some more problems on regular expressions. Here prove that AB whole star is not equal to A star B star. We know the definition of clean closure. What is the definition of clean closure? For example, if A is any regular expression, then A star is clean, which is called as clean closure, which contains infinite number of occurrences of A. That is, for example, if A is a regular expression, its clean closure contains epsilon, A, double A, and so on. So this is the definition of the clean closure. So by applying the definition of clean closure, we can prove that these both are not equal. So first consider AB whole star. So what does AB whole star denote? It represents clean closure of AB. That means it denotes infinite occurrences of AB including null string. So AB whole star contain epsilon AB. AB whole square means AB AB. If you take AB whole cube, that means AB 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 etc. All these will be the elements of AB star. Now take right hand side, A star followed by B star. A star means occurrence of infinite number of occurrence of A. That means it contains epsilon A, and so on, followed by B star means infinite occurrences of B. That means including epsilon, B, BB, and so on. So if you multiply this, we will get epsilon A, B, B, and so on in this way. So if you observe, elements of A, B star do not match with elements of A star, B star. Hence, we can say that AB whole star is not equal to A star, B star. So by applying the clean closure property, we prove that AB whole star is not equal to A star, B star. Now we will discuss algebraic laws of regular expressions. Earlier we have discussed about identity rules of regular expressions. Now we are going to discuss about algebraic laws of regular expressions. What is the first one? Regular expressions are commutative under union. Regular expressions are commutative under union. What do you mean by that? If R and S are two regular expressions, then their union is denoted by like this: R plus S equal S plus R. So we can say that union of two regular languages is commutative. That is R plus S equal S plus R. Next one is regular expressions are associative under union. Regular expressions are associative under union. That is R plus S plus T can be written as R plus S plus T. Hence we can say that two regular expressions are associative under union. Next we will discuss about concatenation. So third one is concatenation of two regular expressions is associative. concatenation of regular expressions is associative. That means we can write as Rs into T equal R into St. Next one, concatenation of regular expressions is left distributive over union. Concatenation of regular expressions is left distributive over union. That is, we can write as S into R plus T equal S into R plus S into T. So, concatenation is left distributive over union. Last one is concatenation of regular expressions is right distributive over union. Concatenation of regular expressions is right distributive over union. That means we can write as R plus T into S equal R into S plus T into S. So all these are algebraic laws of regular expressions. First one is regular expressions are commutative under union. That is R plus S equal S plus R. Second one is regular expressions are associative under union. That is, we can write as R plus S plus T equal R plus S plus T. Third one, concatenation is associative. That is, R into S into T equal R into ST. Next one, concatenation of regular languages is left distributive over union. That is, we can write as S into R plus T equal S into R plus S into T. Finally, we can say that concatenation of regular languages, regular expressions is right distributive over union. That is, R plus T into S equal R into S plus T into S. All these are various algebraic laws of regular expressions. Now we will discuss some problems on construction of regular expression for the given languages. See the first one. Construct a regular expression for the language consisting of the strings with any number of A's over input alphabet sigma equal set of A. That means we have to construct a regular expression for the language which containing the strings with any number of A's. That means what are the possible strings in a language? It may any number means including null string. Null string A, 2A, AQ, etc. All these are the elements of the language. That means L equal set of epsilon, A square and so on. All these are the elements of the language. This is representing occurrence of A infinite number of times. It is nothing but clean closure of A. So, entire this language is represented by the regular expression A star. So, A star is the regular expression representing the language which containing strings with any number of A's over the input alphabet sigma equal set of A. Now, some more problems. Construct a regular expression over the input alphabet sigma equal set of A representing the language consisting of the strings containing any number of A's excluding null string. So, for the input alphabet sigma equal set of A, we have to construct a regular expression which is representing the language which is containing strings with any number of A's excluding the null string. That means the language will contains at least one A, 2A, 3A and so on. This is nothing but positive closure of A. So this is represented by A plus. So A plus is a regular expression that is representing the language which is containing the strings with any number of A's excluding null string. Next problem. Construct a regular expression for representing the language over input alphabet sigma equal to A comma B containing any number of A's and B's. So input alphabet is here taken as A comma B. On this input set we have to design a regular expression which representing the strings with any number of A's and B's. Means epsilon, null string, it can be accepted. A, B, AB, BAB, AB. All these things can be accepted because we have to design a regular expression to representing the strings with any number of A's and B's. So all the elements of this language can be represented by A plus B whole star. A plus B denotes either string should contain A or B. Any number means we should denote by star. So A plus B whole star is the regular expression that is representing the language with strings containing any number of A's and B's. Next problem. Construct a regular expression denoting the language over input alphabet sigma equal to 0 comma 1 that containing strings ending with two consecutive zeros. That means what are the possible strings in the language? All the strings must end with two consecutive zeros. That means all the possible strings in the language will be 0, 0 can be accepted because it is ending with two consecutive zeros. 1, 0, 0 can be accepted. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, etc. All these can be accepted. That means the condition should be satisfied is the string must end with two consecutive zeros. Before two consecutive zeros, we may start with either 1 or 0 or any number of zeros and ones. So the string must end with two consecutive zeros. So this is mandatory. Before that, it can start with any number of A's and ones. I mean any number of zeros and ones. It is represented by 0 plus 1 whole star. So 0 plus 1 whole star denotes occurrence of any number of zeros and ones followed by two consecutive zeros. So this is the regular expression representing the given condition. So this regular expression representing the language which is containing the strings which are ending with two consecutive zeros. The strings may start with either 0 or 1, it doesn't matter, but they must end with two consecutive zeros. Next problem. Construct a regular expression over input alphabet sigma equal to 0 comma 1 that is representing the language, containing strings with starting with 0 and ending with 2 consecutive ones. That means we have to construct a regular expression for the language which is having the strings which is starting with 0 and ending with 2 consecutive ones. So what might be the elements of the language? 0, 1, 1. It is starting with 0, ending with 2 consecutive ones. 1, 1, no, 0, 1, 1, 1. Starting with 0, ending with 2 consecutive ones. 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. This is also accepted. 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. This also can be accepted. So if you observe that, it must start with 0. It must end with 2 consecutive ones. In between, there can be any number of zeros and ones. We know that any number of zeros and ones is represented by 0 plus 1 whole star. So all the strings in the language can be represented by the regular expression 0, last 1, 1, in between 0 plus 1 whole star. So 0 followed by any number of zeros and ones followed by 2 consecutive ones. So this is the regular expression which is representing the given language. Next, construct a regular expression representing the language over input alphabet sigma equal to a comma b such that third symbol from right should be always a. Should be always a. So we have to construct a regular expression for the language which is containing the strings in which third term from right side is always a. Remaining elements can be anything. For example, last element, if you take, it may be either a or b. Last but one, it may be either a or b. But third element from right side, this must be always a. So the last element can be either a or b. Last but one can be either or b. But third element from right should always be a. Before that, there can be any number of a's and b's. So here, you see nothing but any number of a's and b's. Here the conditions to be satisfied is third character from right side must be a. Remaining characters can be either a or b. So any number of a's and b's is represented by a plus b whole star followed by a or b is denoted by a plus b. Last one, a or b is denoted by a plus b. That means last element can be anything, either a or b. Last but one element can be either a or b. But the third element from right should always be a. Before that, there can be any number of a's and b's. So this is the regular expression which is representing the given condition. Next, construct a regular expression for the language over input alphabet sigma equal to a comma b such that the string must contain exactly 2 b's. The string must contain exactly 2 b's. So construct a regular expression for the language or input alphabet sigma equals set of a comma b such that the string must contain exactly 2 b's. That means what are the possible strings in the given language? For example, take bb. This is accepted because it is containing only 2 b's. BAB. This is also accepted. BBA. This is also accepted. BABA. This is also accepted. AABBAB. This also can be accepted. No. The string must contain exactly 2 b's. BDA. This can be accepted. ABB. This can be accepted. That means the string should contain exactly 2 b's. There is no restriction on A's. We can start with A or we can start with B. And in between 2 b's, there can be any number of A's. After 2 b's, there can be any number of A's because there is no restriction on A's. We may start with B or we can start with A also. There is no restriction that b's must be consecutive. In between 2 b's also there can be any number of A's. So this can be represented as A star, B, A star, B, A star. Here A star means if you take A star as epsilon's null string, then we will get 2 b's. If you take A as 1, then we will get AB, ABA. This is also valid because it is contain exactly 2 b's. For example, if you take A 2 times, then we will get AA, B, AA, B, AA. This is also valid. So, this is the regular expression that is representing the language which is containing the strings with exactly 2 b's. Next, construct a regular expression for input alphabet sigma equal to 0, 1 that accepts the strings that starts with either 0, 0 or 1, 1 or ends with 0, 0 or 1, 1. So here input alphabet is taken as sigma equals set of 0, 1. On this input alphabet, the language must contain the strings which must start with either 0, 0 or 1, 1 or which must end with 0, 0 or 1, 1. First, see the strings that starts with 0, 0 or 1, 1. For example, 0, 0, 1. It is accepted because it is starting with 2 zeros. 1, 1, 0. It can be accepted. 1, 1, 0, 1. It can be accepted. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. It can be accepted. So all these are strings are representing the strings which are starting with either 0, 0 or 1, 1. So here they must start with either 0, 0 or 1, 1. It can end with any number of zeros or ones. So this strings is represented by the regular expression 0, 0 plus 1, 1 into 0 plus 1 whole star. That means this regular expression is representing the strings which are starting with either 0, 0 or 1, 1. See the second condition. Some strings also may be accepted which can start with either 0 or 1, but they must end with either 0, 0 or 1, 1. So this second condition can be presented by like this: 0 plus 1 whole star followed by 0, 0 plus 1, 1. The strings may start with either 0 or 1 or any number of zeros or ones, but they are ending with either 2 consecutive zeros or 2 consecutive ones. Here we should combine both because The language is accepting the strings either that are starting with 0, 0 or 1, 1 or ending with 0, 0 or 1, 1. So combine this both. So 0, 0 plus 1, 1 into 0 plus 1 whole star plus 0 plus 1 whole star into 0, 0 plus 1, 1. So this is the given regular expression representing the given condition. Next, construct a regular expression over the input alphabet sigma equal 0, 1, 2 that accepts the strings with at least 1, 0 followed by at least 1, 1 followed by at least 1, 2. That means which type of strings it will be accepted? 0, 1, 2. It is accepted because there is at least 1, 0 followed by at least 1, 1 followed by at least 1, 2. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. All these can be accepted. That means which type of strings the language will accept should contain at least 1, 0, maximum any number followed by at least 1, 1 followed by at least 1, 2. So all these strings can be represented by the regular expression 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus. That is that it is nothing but positive closure. 0 plus means it is containing infinite number of occurrence of 0 including one string. So 0 plus is equivalent to 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros and so on. 1 plus means at least 1, 1 will be there. 1, 2 ones, 3 ones and so on. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus is the regular expression which is satisfying the given condition. Next, construct a regular expression over input alphabet sigma equal to a comma b such that the string contains at least 2 A's over input alphabet sigma equal to a comma b. That means which type of strings it is accepting? The string should contain at least 2 A's. There is no restriction on B's. But the condition to be satisfied is at least 2 A's. For example, AA. This can be accepted. ABA. It can be accepted. BB, ABA. It can be accepted. That means in between 2 A's there can be any number. So we can write like this. We can write like this. A plus B whole star followed by A followed by A plus B whole star followed by A followed by A plus B whole star. So here it is showing minimum 2 A's. But here A plus B whole star means occurrence of any A's. So A plus B whole star A plus B whole star A plus B whole star. So this is the regular expression representing the occurrence of minimum 2 A's over the regular expression or the input alphabet sigma equal set of A comma B. Now we will discuss equivalence between finite automata and regular expression. Equivalence between finite automata and regular expression. So we can construct a finite automata from a given regular expression. How means, for example, a regular expression is given. From this regular expression, we can construct NFA with epsilon transition. From this NFA with epsilon transition, we can convert into NFA without epsilon transition. From this, we will construct DFA. From the DFA, we will construct regular expression. So this is the relation between a finite automata and a regular expression. So from regular expression, we can construct NFA with epsilon transition. So from NFA with epsilon transition, we will convert to NFA without epsilon transition. So from this, we will convert to DFA. So from DFA to we can construct regular expression. So this is the relation between a regular expression and a finite automata. Now see the procedure for converting a regular expression into NFA. For example, empty set pi is the regular expression. Corresponding NFA will be like this. Initial state Q0 and final state Qf, but there will not be transition. So this NFA is representing the regular expression pi. For the null string epsilon, initial state itself will be the final state. Take regular expression A. So equivalent NFA will be from state Q0 with input A, we will go to final state Qf. So this is equivalent NFA for the regular expression A. Now take A plus B. So equivalent NFA will be from initial state Q0 with input epsilon will go to Q1, Q1 with input A to Q2, Q2 with epsilon goes to final state Qf, Q0 with epsilon go to Q3, Q3 with input B go to Q4, Q4 with input epsilon going to Qf. So this is the equivalent NFA representing the regular expression A plus B. Now take for A into B. So if you take A into B, we can write like this. From initial state Q0 with input A, we will go to Q1. From Q1 with epsilon transition, go to Q2. Q2 with input B goes to final state. So this is the equivalent NFA representing the regular expression A dot B. Now A star. So for A star, this is the equivalent regular expression. Q0 with epsilon go to Q1. Q1 with input A goes to Q2. Q2 with epsilon goes to Qf. So for A star, it will be like this. Q0 with input epsilon going to Q1. Q1 with input A is going to Q2. Q2 with epsilon is going to Qf. From Q2 to Q1 with epsilon transition. From initial state to final state with epsilon it is going. So this is equivalent NFA for the given regular expression A star. In this way, we will construct NFA for the regular expression. Now we will discuss some problems on construction of NFA for the given regular expressions. So construct NFA for the regular expression 0 plus 1. For example, R equal, assume this as R1 plus R2. What is R1 here? Where R1 equal 0, R2 equal 1. So first construct NFA for 0. So NFA for R1 equal to 0 is some initial state Q1 with input 0. We are going to temporary final state Q2. Now NFA for R2 equal to 1 is some initial state Q3 with input 1 going to temporary final state Q4. Then take the sum. NFA for 0 plus 1 is, take one more initial state Q5 with epsilon it is going to Q1, Q1 with input 0 going to Q2, Q2 with epsilon going to final state. Here from Q5 with epsilon going to Q3, Q3 with input 1 going to Q4, Q4 with epsilon reaching final state. So this is the NFA representing the regular expression 0 plus 1. Next, construct NFA for AB plus BA. First construct for AB, then construct for BA, then merge. So first NFA for AB is some initial state Q0 with input A going to Q1 with epsilon going to Q2, Q2 with input B going to temporary final state Q3. Next take NFA for BA. So NFA for BA is take another final input state Q4 with input B going to Q5 with epsilon going to Q6 with input A going to temporary final state Q7. So this is NFA for AB. This is NFA for BA. Finally compute for AB plus BA. So NFA for AB plus BA is take one more initial state Q8 with epsilon going to this part Q0, Q0 with input A going to Q1, Q1 with epsilon going to Q2, Q2 with input B going to Q3, Q3 with epsilon going to final state F. Again from starting state with epsilon going to this state Q4, Q4 with input B is going to Q5, Q5 with epsilon going to Q6, Q6 with input A is going to Q7, Q7 with input A is going to final state F. So this is NFA representing the regular expression AB plus BA. Next, construct NFA for the regular expression AB star. First take NFA for A. So NFA for A will be Q0 with input A is going to temporary final state Q1. Next take NFA for B star. So NFA for B star is some initial state Q2 with epsilon going to Q3, Q3 with input B going to Q4, Q4 with input epsilon going to temporary final state Q5. Here initial state Q2 to Q5 epsilon transition is there, Q4 to Q3 reverse epsilon transition is there. So this is for A, this is for B star. Now construct NFA for A into B star. That means both are connected using epsilon transition. So NFA for A into B star is first take this one Q0 with input A going to Q1 with epsilon input, connect the second B star, that is Q2, Q2 with epsilon going to Q3, Q3 with input B is going to Q4, Q4 with epsilon is going to Q5, Q5 with is the final state, and Q2 to Q5 is the final with epsilon transition, Q4 to Q3 is the epsilon transition. So NFA for A, NFA for B star, both are connected using epsilon transition. So this is construction of NFA for AB star. Next, construct NFA for A star, B star. Construct NFA for A star, B star. First construct NFA for A star, then construct NFA for B star, then take concatenation. So first NFA for A star is initial state Q0 with epsilon going to Q1, Q1 with input A is going to Q2, Q2 with epsilon going to temporary final state Q3. From Q0 to Q3, epsilon transition. From Q2 to Q1, epsilon in reverse direction. So this is NFA for A star. Then take NFA for B star. So NFA for B star is, take one more initial state, Q4 with epsilon going to Q5, Q5 with input B is going to Q6, Q6 with epsilon going to temporary final state Q7, Q4 to Q7 epsilon transition is there, Q6 to Q5 in epsilon in reverse direction. So this is NFA for B star. Then both take concatenation. So NFA for A star into B star is, first take NFA for A star, take epsilon transition, we will go to this one. So first take NFA for A star, take epsilon transition, connect to B star. So this is the NFA for A star, B star. So all these problems are related to construction of NFA for the regular expression.